Hey everybody, welcome back to the Caves Cast podcast. This is I guess the second episode in 2025,
Yeah, yeah,
and we're 3 weeks in, I think.
yeah,
A little bit different this time. So, we've upgraded to Zoom Pro. I think that's Zoom Pro, Zoom Plus,
yeah,
let's call it.
yeah,
Whatever. The basically the version that lets us talk as long as we want, and you can listen to us yap
yep.
and theorize and speculate and shit talk and praise talk and all the stuff that the 5 or 6 people that watch this every week enjoy so far. Hey,
And I mean,
we
hey,
get,
and for these 5 or 6 people, we even have the option to like live stream to YouTube and stuff like that with
hey, that's
Zoom
right.
Pro
That's
and
cool.
stuff.
That's actually
That's
really cool.
a
I like that.
yeah, that's pretty cool option.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just get to we'll have longer episodes from now on.
Yeah,
We'll be able to talk more about just comics because
yeah,
for the most part, it's just the one big one that we pick. And then that's it. And then if we have time left over, we talk about other stuff. We talk about a little bit of news, but now we're not on any time constraint.
yeah.
So I guess the big one from last week, what obviously is Absolute Batman. That's
You
the big
want
one on everybody's mind all the time.
do you want to start there? I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, why not?
yeah.
We can start there and then go down.
All right.
Um,
Walter's
I
art.
want to hear your thoughts first.
Walter's art just did not work with me, man. Did not,
Man,
you know,
yeah.
at all.
It's
I
so
I
funny
even tried
because
like looking back at it. Like I've tried going back, just not. I just feel like it doesn't. Like I feel like that trade is going to be jarring to go from like Nick Dragata to that, and
yeah, I
you know,
see I like Waltz's art. And this for me, I get what you're saying about the Dracula Batman.
yeah, it
You
was a
know?
little silly. It was like I don't know, and the way he was kind of drawn, he looked like a cardboard cutout, and he was I don't know, it was just
Yeah,
like a little.
yeah. And a lot of his art is kind of like that way. He does he get that is he like Hayden Sherman for you, but like at another level?
I no, because Hayden Sherman kind of just gets me with like weird faces sometimes or something like that. This I just feel like wasn't a good fit for
Do you think
Absolute
it's like
Batman at all.
maybe the word I'm looking for, do you feel like it's like too like flat?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in comparison to the last 3 issues where it's but like because the way that like because it's Frank Martin on colors, I think, right? For
right,
Dragotta's art.
yeah,
The way that like it's shaded and everything has like a bit of like a roundness to it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Whereas like this, it's just like you draw it on a piece of paper.
right. It's very
Um,
2D looking compared to
yeah,
like
no, yeah,
Dragata draws very like 3D curvy,
yeah.
you know.
I,
Uh,
I I will say the one thing that I do appreciate out of the change up in art is the faces still look the same as they do like you know what I mean? Like you could tell who is who. Like I don't know if it's just me, but like when I see like the Bruce that Dragata drew, I still see that same Bruce in Walta's version.
okay, yeah, I can see that.
So like and while the style is different, I don't know. And like now the more that we're talking about it, the more I'm just like this is kind of fitting because it's almost just like like how you have like those games or you have like those animated shows where it has like a different art style when they talk about like the history of or like the backstory behind this, where it's like scratch paper, there's kind of like funny, silly figures. This kind of gives me that vibe, even though it seems like it's a bit out of place for this story.
Okay.
So like I don't know. I liked it. I thought the issue itself was really, really good.
I thought writing was great. I really love
Yeah.
like the Thomas Wayne in this
Yeah.
issue. You know, I love the way that they, I think it kind of the Snyderism with the bridge and how that just kept popping up was a little Snydery, but
Yeah.
like a history lesson with a bridge, or you know what I mean, like those things, and this bridge keeps coming up. I get it's important and it's a plot point, but
Yeah. Do you think that maybe he's built that bridge for real in Gotham already and he's waiting
probably
to use it?
for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if like when Black Mask like takes all of Gotham down, he starts like throwing out those portable ones for people to build themselves.
Okay, it should. Okay. Do you think they could do a version of like it's No Man's Land, right, where they
Right.
cut off all of the bridges in
Yeah.
Gotham? Do
Yeah.
you think that Snyder's gonna do an absolute No
Wouldn't
Man's
surprise
Land,
me.
and
Wouldn't.
instead of like Gotham being trapped, they're gonna look to Bat. They're not gonna know where to look, and Batman's gonna be like the savior and is gonna allow these people to safely evacuate.
Right.
And
Because you gotta
then,
think about it,
oh, see.
he just agreed to get like a bag, before
That's
this.
true. That's true. He just agreed to get all that money because he said he's gonna take the deal. Oh, this could be really cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's this okay. If if the second arc is like an adaptation of No Man's Land,
I mean,
but this time it's like, what if? What if he does take the money? It happens like again, I feel like this has become one of my favorite things to do with comics is like speculate on where the story could go based on the
oh
information we
yeah.
have. Or like, I don't know, I just I like ideas. I like story stuff. I just, obviously this wouldn't be something where it's like, yeah, this should be where the story goes, but like this is just my brain like popping off ideas.
Right.
You know, what if like he takes the money, he does make the bridge. No, this version of No Man's Land happens, and Bruce does get these pop-up bridges up, gets people evacuated. Then we really get to see what he's made of. Because what happens when you have a Bruce Wayne, when you have a Batman, where all the innocent life, as many, realistically, as many as he could get out, are safe and they're out of like the splash zone, and it's just him and the bad guys. Like I would be interested to see like how far is he willing to go
Well, it's not
to
even that.
make
If
sure his city's
it's
protected.
everybody surviving for everybody, then that means Bruce's friends, the rogues, they have to survive their own
That's
way.
true too. Oh yeah, and dude, I didn't think about that because you're gonna see their hands forced too,
Yeah.
and you're gonna see what kind of people they are and what they're capable of
Right.
if they're pushed to those limits. That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Like, I feel like there's so much that Snyder could do, and he knows it. And I feel like that's why that first issue was just so packed because
Yeah,
he knows like this is like a gold mine of like potential. Um, Honestly, I don't really know what to expect. I, you know, uh, the fact that we're about to end the first arc already,
we got what, two more issues, right?
that
Yeah,
was issue 4, right?
yeah. So we got just
I
six.
think I think it's 5.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was the zoo part 1 of 5.
I mean, it's possible. I could have sworn I just saw a solicitation for six saying it was the final issue of the first arc, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Might be the zoo 1 of 6 then.
Because I think, because but I think you're right. I'm pretty sure that they were all like part one of five
Right.
when
That's
they
what
got announced. Excuse me. Where the hell is that at? Dude, is it not in here?
should be in the front. They always have like a double page for the zoo. Did I have it in that?
I don't see it in here.
Huh. I wonder if this one's like not technically part of the zoo.
Yeah, because it's like a year one,
Yeah,
but it's not even year one.
right,
I mean, I guess, but also it's not.
right. Um, Besides that, loving the series. Can't wait for Dragata to be back. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what else is coming. However, Batman Dark Patterns is a banger of it.
Dude,
It is a banger. Like,
that book is great, bro.
yeah. I think like this is like Hayden Sherman's in his bag in this. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's a good
yeah,
book.
like it's good. It's really good.
I I Man, and you are so ready to just like ready to like just dog on this book too.
Oh, I know. Just because I'm not really usually a fan of Dan Waters, and here he
Dude,
is.
I'm thinking he might have found his groove with the Bat family because I think okay, I haven't read Nightwing yet this week, but I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, man. I think he's an up and comer.
Yeah.
Like, like I'm if I think about all of the writers that are now like kind of the it guys, like you've got like people like Jed McKay, or you've got like, or like, well, even okay, no, we won't even go the Marvel route. We'll stick with just people that are like DC writers. You've got like Tom Taylor, you've got I would say Williamson is still like in his peak right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Man's banging, yeah.
you know, you have Jeremy Adams, you've got uh help me out here. That's pretty much it, I guess.
I mean, I mean,
They
besides,
have it seems like they have a lot of like not even veterans, but like people that have been in the game for a little bit now.
right.
They're not exactly newbies, but they're not exactly like Wade status. Like you've got like Tom King, you've got your Tom Taylor, you've got Dan Waters who's been but he's like pretty fresh, I'd say. Like he's still like pretty I would say like in the big two scene because he's done a few indie books.
Yeah.
But
I mainly know him for doing like backups on things and
yeah.
you know, but
But
I
I
also read his like Sword of Azrael, and it's like
Oh, that was like yeah. You told me to read that, and I still haven't read it.
no, it was okay. It was okay, but I mean it's cool because it's like yay Azrael, and then it's like you could have done something way cooler. But
Okay.
I don't know.
Um, go ahead.
I'll give his Nightwing a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I guess my point was is I feel like if he keeps doing books like Nightwing or like Dark Patterns, where it's like the grittier, like noir, like detect, like that seems like I don't know that like my genre of like my version of Gotham that I prefer. Like you know what I mean, like my brand that I'm willing to in I guess ingest the most of out of Batman is that as his is like his stuff that he writes, I guess at this point, because like all the issues of Nightwing that he's done so far, I've liked. I like the story so far. I mean, Dexter's story on art is really good,
Right.
so you can't really I can't pass that up really. Um, but yeah, Dark Patterns is good. I think the story is really interesting. It's earlier on in Batman's
Which is
like
always
career.
the best stories. Always
Dude,
the best
yes.
stories are like the first year. There's no Robins. There's no. It's just Batman working with Jim Gordon and just doing detective shit. It's awesome. Like,
Excuse me. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just and the suit looks sick, bro. I just
yeah,
who like I don't
I
care.
actually like the circle.
Yes, dude. Yes.
The circle
Like
emblem.
I don't care what anybody tells you, dude. The blue, it just works, bro.
Yeah,
Like the blue and the gray just is like it.
yeah, I agree.
It looks so good, dude. All the time.
Yeah,
I think, dude, like that page in the beginning where he's like using the binoculars and it's the yellow binocular lenses and the yellow logo. I'm like, that looks so fucking cool, dude.
right.
Yeah, I
Like,
love that.
ooh. um,
Yeah.
yeah, this is. I'm really loving like the whole Wounded Man thing and
Yeah.
the mystery on who sent him. Uh,
At first I was like, it's gotta be like this crazy doctor, like the guy like that he's like we're like he's kind of leery about. I was like he's definitely involved.
yeah, for sure.
Like, but then after this issue, I'm like, is he?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I
Well,
like
he's
it.
like
I'm interested.
interested for way too interested in the Wounded Man for.
Yeah, no, definitely. On the subject of Batman, what do you think of Batman and Robin?
It's okay. It's okay. I
Man, I really like it.
really,
I
yeah.
really do. I really like it.
I think what's killing it for me is just the fact that like Williamson's run before feels like it never happened.
And I think part of that reason is because there seems to be such a strong focus on everything that Damien hasn't been but could have been if he knew the other side of his family.
Right. And I
So
like
like
that. I think that's such a cool idea.
I I get it, you know what I mean? Like I'm not because I also haven't read Williamson's Robin or like any of that or his Batman and Robin either. So I didn't
Let's just say a lot of like the bickering that they're doing, they just got past in Williamson's run.
yeah.
You
But
know?
like but also like I guess it's like a different kind of like confrontation between him and Bruce is like whereas like were the reasons they were at odds before like the same reasons they're at odds now. That being said, does that fall into the Batman problem? But now we're in the Batman and Robin problem,
Right.
where they're going to constantly be at odds for different reasons every run after hashing out the previous ones at the end of that run.
Right.
I keep saying this, and I've yet to I feel like I haven't been proven wrong yet. But like there's this like perpetual thing with Batman where it's like a run starts, these are the reasons why he can't be happy. And then by the end of that run, some of those things are he can be happy now with those things. But then, or
Run
like
starts
they're
and he has to be
resolved,
unhappy again.
or they're resolved, whatever. I'm happy, and then bam, these reasons are why I can't be happy.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's just it gets old, and I'm afraid that that's what this is going to turn into with Batman and Robin. But I think I have enough confidence in Philip Kennedy Johnson where it's like at least it's not like they're arguing and bitching at each other for the same reasons they have been, I guess.
Yeah, my only complaints have to just deal with just Damien, how he's handling Damien. Everything else is
Yeah.
spot. Everything else I really like. I
I
like Memento. I like
yeah,
the Jonathan Crane kind of weirdness aspect of him, and
yeah.
working with Crane, and
Um the Doctor's definitely Memento, right?
I would imagine. But like I don't know, because I always thought like Memento was like some dude from like the 1800s or something.
See,
You know?
you're right. And I think that originally that's what it was, but I think you know that this doctor who who's definitely taken an interest in Damien now,
Right.
who obviously had an interest in the Wayne family for some time because he had he knew Thomas.
Right.
Um and even in this issue, Batman and maybe this is out of paranoia on Batman's behalf because he's building a relationship with his son and his son keeps like referencing him. Where he's like, check on him, see what his history is. So
Yeah.
like I don't know. We'll see. But they're definitely unless it's the red herring. This is definitely, I think, leaning towards him being Memento Mori,
Oh, for sure.
or at least involved with it somehow.
Yeah, has to be because I think I do like the idea too of like the drug hitting them and then they're suddenly like in like a time period and they're seeing people die like they were seeing
Yeah,
like Batman was seeing like people dying in this building in like the 1850s or something.
yeah, like when the original attacks would have happened.
Yeah. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Like this is a pretty cool, because it's I kind of like say like Batman and Metal Gear work the best when it's like this pseudo realistic like Metal Gear Solid, for example, is a very realistic espionage game, but then you fight the
Right,
bosses and it's very like pseudo, you know what I mean? Like
right.
they're
It has like a tinge of like sci-fi supernatural.
right, right. And I feel like that's where like Batman works best too. Is like
Yeah, no, 100%. Like one book I feel like people are sleeping on is Batman Full Moon.
oh yeah, I'm
I think that
loving
book's
that book.
really good, dude. I I mean, I'm also biased. Anytime Zatanna shows up, I'll read it probably. But
Yeah.
I think it's interesting regardless. Like I think it's a good book. The
There's
art is good.
some really fun, funny John Constantine moments in that.
Yes, dude. Yes.
There's some
He's
really fun
such
ones.
a like jealous like asshole.
I
I
know.
that yeah, it's so funny,
It
dude.
is. It's hilarious. And I love it that they're taking advantage of the fact that it's Black Label and it's not doing the stupid Tom King blurb thing. It's actually cussing. It's like in there. Like I
Yeah. Well, like I mean, you have what the hell's his name? The writer, who's the guy who's writing it?
forgot his
Uh,
name too. Because I know
he
it's
does
Stefan
Philadelphia.
Suick.
He does Philadelphia. Rodney Barnes.
There
Rodney
you go.
Barnes.
There you go.
Um, yeah, he's doing a really great job with that book, I
Yeah.
think. Um,
Which
that
again, like I think Batman just works best in this like one and done. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like his like ongoing runs are always an issue because you gotta. put the toys back over here after you gave them progression over here. But it's like when you do these like one and done, that's where like Batman, like those '90s like Batman, one offs that they did all the time with
Yeah.
like prestige format ones.
Yeah. No,
That was
I
peak.
agree.
That was peak, and
I,
this is exactly what that feels like. This feels like those '90s kind of gimmicky, fun Batman, like
and that is the kind of Batman that I like.
right.
I like see like I it's like disappointing because I would really be interested in seeing what like somebody could do with a long running Batman book with those themes. But it all, you know what I mean? Like I don't even feel like is like detective even that way.
No,
Right. Like so if I can't get it in detective and I can't get it in the ongoing Batman book because those books are too busy maintaining a status quo that
Mhm.
at least, and most people probably don't agree with me, but like I just don't find like at this point to me, I think Bruce Wayne is like one of probably the most uninteresting characters.
for sure.
You like, and I'm not like, and I like Batman in certain capacities, and I like Batman like in Elseworlds. I like Batman and stuff like the like in like some Black Label books, like Dark Ages, Full Moon. But like I don't know. It's hard for me to find stuff that's interesting about like main continuity, present day, ongoing Batman Bruce Wayne.
Right.
It's hard for me to find stuff that's interesting. So like, that's why I've probably dropped mainline Batman like 7 times.
Yeah.
Like in the last like 12, 15 years, dude.
Well, let's be real. Like ever since, ever since Snyder's run, it hasn't reached that level,
Right.
you know, since.
So like
And
I don't
everybody
know.
at this point is just doing their best Grant Morrison impression. They're all referencing Grant Morrison. They're all, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
every
And here's the thing is we're gonna get to a point where it's like in 2035 where it's gonna be like now we're trying to replicate what Snyder did. We're trying to do our best Snyder impersonation.
yeah,
We're gonna try and do our best Zdarsky, but better somehow. Like what I mean. Like that's what it's become. Is like what can we take from another writer that's already been established, add something new in, but it doesn't like I don't know. Most of it is like for Batman at least it doesn't feel that genuine.
yeah, I feel you because it's that the real tragedy of Zdarsky's run is he finally is doing what he should have done this whole time in his final arc, and that's the true tragedy of it because it's like this final arc is fun, it's great, it's Jim Gordon focused, it's not nothing to do with failsafe or anything. It's just a Gotham story. It's just in Gotham. It just deals
Yeah,
with
and
the
like
Riddler.
and Failsafe's a really good example of like I think that first arc is very strong.
I love that first arc. Yeah,
And then you get the Batman of Gotham, and then it's like all the multiverse stuff. I'm like, ugh, all right, cool, whatever. I don't care at this point now. The
yeah.
Red Mask bit is it was overplayed. It was
And
lame.
the Red Mask created every Joker, and it was. I'm so confused by all of it.
Yeah, and then it just like I don't know. It just seemed like it became like a Batman gimmick book.
Well, because after that, then it came that Gotham War awful event.
Yeah,
It was that, and then it was Joker Year One, where they tried to make Joker just like Zur-En-Augh Batman, basically, and like those were the three. Like in continuity now, those were the three Jokers. Like the three different Zur-En-Augh like personalities of the Joker. Those are the
it's
real.
just so like it's like uninspired.
It's
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like I don't even want to say unoriginal because it's original.
yeah,
It's hella original. But it's just like originally kind of dumb.
yeah,
Like and that's no shade on Zdarsky, bro. Like the Daredevil's a fucking banger run, dude.
yeah. It is.
Daredevil's great. I love his Daredevil. I also love, fucking Spider-Man life story, and I love some of the other stuff he's done. But like, dude, it just was not his Batman was not for me, man. It
Yeah,
just like it I really was just over it quick.
yeah.
But
I don't blame you.
whatever.
Dropped it
Enough
off.
about Batman.
Yeah, dude.
Are you reading all new Venom?
I am not. Did
Dude,
they reveal
it,
it? Did they
it's
reveal it?
great, bro. he's literally just basically shitting all over Paul, and it's the best.
So is it Paul or not?
No, we don't know yet. We still don't.
Oh.
We won't find out.
Oh.
If it's Paul, I'm done with this book still. Like here, and it would be it would okay, maybe not because it might be the craziest bait and switch if it is Paul because Dylan is just okay. So for those that don't know, Venom War happened. Um, a lot of shit happened in that event, and it's too much to go over right now. But basically, how it ended. Um, a future Dylan Brock came back with a bullet that was gold, and it's like the anti-carnage. So I don't even know how you would say that word. Inreject. Anyway, it's he shoots it at Venom, who is basically dying because he was stabbed with the all blood, the necrospear, which was being used by Meridius.
Okay.
So he shoots Venom with it, and it turns Venom gold.
Right.
And you get gold Venom for like all of like a couple pages. They beat Meridius. The gold starts to like eat away at the symbiote, whatever. So they like have to like separate. So Dylan is separated from Venom. Eddie's separated from Venom. Eddie then bonds with Carnage, and we'll find out more about that in Eddie Brock Carnage in February. But you have Venom, who now has a new host, and we don't know who it is. But the suspect list is Luke Cage, it's Robbie Robertson,
That would be cool. That'd be cool if it's
which would
right.
be cool, I think. Which and then you've got Rick Jones, which I guess would also be cool because he's been a Captain Marvel, he's been A Bomb, he's been a multiple heroes already. Why not make him Venom, you know? And then you've got Madam Mask is the fourth one. Uh, but after the events of Venom War, Dylan is now living with MJ and Paul.
Yeah.
And he treats
Yeah.
Paul like absolute garbage, bro. And it is literally the best. I love it. I'm gonna read a couple of these to you.
Okay. Good Lord.
It's really good, dude. I can't get enough of this. If this book is like a Paul hate book, I'll buy it forever, dude. I don't even care.
Even if he is Venom?
Yes, yes, yes. I think I would if I can get okay, here's the thing. If Ewing can promise me more Dylan in the ear of Paul while he's Venom, just talking shit to him every issue, I will buy this book forever. I'll buy it forever. You want me to speak with my dollars, Marvel? This is how you get me to do it, bro. I won't buy Amazing Spider-Man. I'll definitely buy the book where you let Al Ewing shit talk Paul.
There you go.
Um, but yeah, so he says this is the home of MJ Watson, Paul Raven, and Dylan Brock. Paul says, "No phone at the table, please, Dylan." Dylan says, "Cram it, weirdo." Right off the bat, dude. MJ says, "Excuse me?" MJ says, "Paul, I need to see you in the kitchen for a second." He says, "Yeah, Paul, go make some more vegan crap that sucks." He's just not even, dude. It's funny because, and then he's like, Did you hear that, MJ? What's wrong with this kid? I make my special couscous, and this is how he talks." Like,
Why
and
are you
like,
with them anyway?
who knows, dude? I have no idea. I have no idea, and I'm hoping the only reason he's living with him is because Ewing said, "I want him to mess with Paul."
Yeah, because I'm like, what the hell
Oh,
happened?
I really just hope that's the case. So then he's like they're arguing, and she's like, he was bonded with the symbiote. He's homeless. He stabbed his father on TV. Like he's traumatized. And she's like, "I'm sorry, this traumatized child insulted your couscous." And he's like, "Of course, trauma, the magic word. That means he can do whatever he want." He's like, "We have some of that ourselves. Maybe if you remember to ever show up to couples counseling."
He's totally
He,
Venom, bro. He has to be
and
Venom.
and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, break up already." He
Yeah.
said.
He has to be Venom, bro. Because that's gonna be like his get back against Dylan. Like, I've been making fun of you this whole time and it picked you. Ooh.
You imagine? So yeah, then like MJ's like talking about how her side job takes priority over their couples counseling. And meanwhile, Dylan is at the table like trying to figure out where Madame Mask would hide. Um so then MJ hits Paul with the with great power comes great responsibility line. And he's like, "Can we please not bring your ex into this again?"
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, I'm digging the drama between them, you know. It's good. It's making me like, "All right, cool, maybe they'll break up already." But then like Dylan interjects, he's like, "Yeah, get out here." And then he's all like, "What is it, Dylan? We're in the middle of something here." He's like, "Oh, it's not important. I was just wondering, how stupid do you have to be to get fooled by a pair of imaginary kids?"
Damn.
I'm like, "All right, dude." I said, "All right." I said, "All right, man. Good
Bro,
to hear
it's
you,
got to
Dylan."
be Paul. It's got to be Paul.
Dude. And then so Dylan sneaks out the room, and Paul tries to apologize with ice cream. He's like, "I've got ice cream, but I'd like the two of us to have a discussion about hurtful words." And he's like, Dylan, he opens the door, and then the kid, like, he's like out the window. He like ditched out the window.
Oh,
Like, I don't even care about much else in this book right now. Just what Dylan, like, give me what else Dylan can, like, just whatever Dylan has. Let me see what he's got for Paul. Just let me see it.
dude. Al Ewing, I don't know what the hell he's doing over there, but
I love it, bro. Here's the thing is people probably think this book is dog shit. I don't care. I don't even care, dude. Like, people have been hating on Ewing's run since the first issue of his run. I've loved it. I think it's been good. I enjoy it. I mean, dude, like here's the other thing too, is you got like Carlos Gomez, bro, can draw whatever book he wants at Marvel. I don't care. He's such a good artist.
okay. I don't know what I've seen of his.
He did Fantastic Four
Okay.
um for a little bit.
I don't know. I feel
Primarily
like Marvel always has this like certain style that.
primarily the Sue Storm detective issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he makes her look really, really good.
I'm a Sue man.
Yeah, seriously. Where the hell? There was a page in here that I thought was really cool, and I'll show it to you if I can find it. Oh yeah, he Venom eats a bomb in it.
And he just burps it.
Yeah, I think the burping is pretty cool.
Oh,
Venom with like regular person teeth is a bit of a thing to get used to, though.
yeah.
I'll tell you that. So maybe it is Paul.
It's got to be Paul.
Fuck, dude.
It's got to be Paul. I'm telling you, bro.
Ugh. Why, bro? If I just Rick Jones, please, Rick, just please let it be you.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as it's not Paul, dude. I can't do it with Paul, bro. I just want to fuck Paul.
Yeah, Paul sucks. But
How
are you
stupid do
still
you have to
reading
be?
Ultimate Black Panther?
Hell yes, dude.
That
Hell yeah.
last issue was pretty dope,
Stick, bro.
dude.
Dude, he just put
One of the
the
most consistent books that like
he
nobody's
just
talking
straight up
about.
he whooped Moon Knight's ass, dude.
Yeah, Khonshu.
Yeah,
Khonshu's
whatever.
in it.
He just fucked him
That
up, man.
is Khonshu is Moon Knight, but yeah, it's like, dude, like it's
Yeah, it was that issue went hard, dude. And how like I really like how it opens up with him basically beating him to death.
like yeah,
And
he
then
well, he decapitates him, and he like holds.
yeah, yeah. And then at the end of the issue, it's Anon who's like, "All right, King." Like,
Yeah,
I was
which
like,
I
"Oh,
still don't really understand. Like I get like we're not supposed to understand, but like I really don't know how I. The only thing I don't know about with this, like how I feel about, is this whole like vibranium being conscious thing.
I
That's
actually,
the only
I,
thing I'm like. And then like there's this anti-vibranium now, and it's like I'm like, what? Okay,
I, the world, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like new lore. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I don't know. I find that very interesting because it's like, what do we know about vibranium from like main Marvel universe? It's just metal that like can like
It like it
excuse me.
like it like harnesses kinetic energy and
Yes. God, excuse me. Sorry. Um, yeah, it like harnesses kinetic energy. You know, it can like
pretty much do
shoot
anything.
back. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like an all a metal. It's like yeah, a metal for everything.
Yeah.
Um, but here it's like organic,
Yeah.
and it like speaks, and he like saw like those like gods or whatever they were. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I'm really interested in that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really cool. I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's like going too slow for them. I think it's fine. I think it's been one of the most consistent
I
titles.
somebody described this book as like if you took on like a Dune like kind of like scope for some of this
Yeah.
like storytelling because you have like he has these visions, the history of Wakanda, these like fractured nations in in Africa and all of these things,
Right.
and he's like gonna bring them together.
And Caselli's art is always top notch. Like I don't see
Fire,
anybody
dude.
talking about it like his art at all. Like I
He's
think that it's some great
stuff.
consistent art.
Dude, you know what book was actually okay? I don't want to. I've been thinking about this for like 10 minutes, and I really have to talk about this because I can't wait any longer. We'll jump back to Fantastic or Black Panther in a second. But did you read this?
No.
When we're doing Black Panther, I want to talk about this because this book is really fucking good, dude.
Is it?
It's so
Who wrote it?
Steve Bailing, and I think he's been doing all of these
Huh.
Marvel, Disney, what ifs.
Yeah.
But
See, I usually hate Disney, so that's why I never really buy these.
they've all been really good, actually.
Yeah.
Um, Final note on I think for me for Black Panther, they still haven't revealed the traitor, right?
No.
Who do you think it is?
I think they want us to think it's a Okoye, but I think it's gonna be Shuri.
I think so too.
I think it's gonna be Shuri,
I think so too.
which is a bummer, but I think so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you think she's like kind of like low key working with the maker?
Probably. She probably wants the kingdom for herself. She probably wants.
I don't know,
It's
man.
gonna
Every
be
time
like
I
a
see
Game
her,
of.
I just get like suspicious of her.
I feel like it's gonna be like a Game of Thrones Dune type of, thing.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
So but this whole thing with Khonshu and I love the way Moon Knight looks in this. I love the mask, like the Khonshu
Yeah, the
mask.
mask is sick, dude.
Yeah, I love the whole Plague Doctor Moonlight look. Like it's so cool.
Yeah,
Um,
really good.
but the only book I have after this that I read last week was Aquaman.
Aquaman was fire, dude.
Wow. Wow. And not even that. What's his name?
John Timms.
John Timms. John Timms. His art was looking better, like the best I've ever seen it.
Yeah, because what was the last thing he did was the
Action Comics, I
John.
think.
Yeah, he did the Bizarro one with Aaron.
Yeah. And this
Yeah,
looked light years better
yeah.
than that did.
Great cover, dude.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, really good cover.
How do you feel about the whole power swap with him now?
I like it. I like how it's like the very first page. I was like, oh, he's waterbending.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I
I dig
agree.
it. I'm about it. Yeah, I like how it was basically just like kind of like a day in the life of Arthur, essentially, as of right now.
But what do you think of that like ball thing? What do you think that is? That like chrome ball.
Like that the pearl.
Yeah.
I don't know. That final page is definitely a zinger though.
Yeah. That anything right now that's like involving like the old gods or the new gods or
or the
anything.
like, or dark side or the like, yeah, anything.
What's that?
Because that's the Omega symbol, bro.
Yeah.
I Where did it go? Where did he go?
Is he going to Apocalypse or is he going to the Absolute Universe? Is he going?
I don't know.
Yeah. I, is he going to run into Booster Gold? Like I don't know. Like
Who knows, dude? I have no
because
idea.
remember everybody forgot that Booster went, so he's
Yeah,
like lost out there, and
that's true.
so
I don't know, man. Crazy,
I don't
crazy.
know. But I'm loving anything that's taking initiative with the all in and going with the dark side
Yeah,
whole thing because it's like I've been waiting for that for Justice League Unlimited to do that. Like where you have a whole rift in time and space in your watchtower open, and your guys are
not doing nothing with it.
yeah, Challengers of the Unknown is so
Which that first issue was pretty good.
yeah. I really love that first issue. Love the outfits they're all in, the outfit colors. Back to school got you, huh? Yeah, man.
And my kid is sick.
Yeah, that'll do it. I'm gonna be like you soon, dude. I'm working in an emergency room and shit, so I'm sure I'm gonna be getting some.
What else did you read?
Uh, that's it for that week. That's it. I ended up getting because that week before I didn't have JSA on my poll, and I thought I did, but I ended up getting the
Oh
latest
shoot.
JSA issue last week. So because I only had pretty much 5 books last week along with JSA. So, but JSA is great. I don't see why anybody's hating on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lemire's fantastic. He's doing great stuff with JSA. But
Yeah,
besides that, I mean, yeah, I would say my favorite comic though of last week would have to be I'm gonna go with Dark Patterns. I think Dark Patterns is
yeah. That was actually really good.
yeah, I think for me that one is knocking that one out of the park. And just because like I think it's cool too because Dark Patterns is gonna be like a 3 issue like trilogy. Did you hear about that? Where it's gonna be
Uh,
the We Are the Wounded is like part 1 through 3, and then it's gonna be like
yeah,
something else from like six
it's like
through
4 cases or whatever.
yeah, it's like 4 cases that they're all connected. So I'm like,
Yeah, I
that's
did
pretty
hear
cool,
about
you know.
that.
So that'll be looking cool in trade too, because it's gonna be like 2 each. So
Sorry, good grief.
you're good, bro. You're good,
I'm like,
man.
I'm like going through it, man.
Yeah. Jeez. You're good, bro.
I'm out. I'll be back.
All right.
All right, cool. Sorry, we're good. I had a moment. I was like dying. I haven't felt great the last couple of days. My kid's sick, and I'm still like blasted in the chest, bro.
Yeah. I
Um,
yeah, you were
I I don't think most people know about these books. Um, I don't even know who the publisher is. Oni Press is the publisher.
uh-huh.
EC Comics was like, I think in like a brand back in the day where it was like anthology style, like comics. Um,
Okay.
they had multiple like genres, so like fantasy, sci-fi, horror, what have you, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's kind of like a 2000 AD kind of like a
yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly. Um, the only reason I picked this up was because Ewing has a story in it.
Oh, cool.
Um, but they all turned out being like to be really good. Like the first one's written by Greg Pak.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And second one's Ewing. Third one is Chris Condon, who is doing Ultimate Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one is Demons, or sorry, is by Ben Winters. I don't have read anything by him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but the first one is actually really cool because it's about like it's like a medieval.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just show it to you because it's kind of hard to explain. So like it's like this village, but the backdrop is like a metropolitan, like
Oh, dang.
futuristic city. So it's
Okay.
almost like they're like been thrown back to the Dark Ages.
Right.
So they're like starving and like at war with other villages essentially. Like basically it's like they're all like barbaric. And they have this Robo King.
Robo King.
Yes. And they basically, to keep their hands clean, they summon the Robo King and they activate him and they let him kill their enemies.
This is an Ewing book?
No, this is the Greg Pak
Oh, okay. Okay.
story.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, excuse me. And so they say like, oh, like our hands are clean, and we're gonna take all the spoils, the people we killed, because the Robo King, served us.
Right.
And then they kill the Robo King.
They kill the robot?
Yeah, they kill him and they say, oh, like he was just a machine, our hands are clean.
Okay.
So they use him as like a scapegoat to commit murder and take the food
Uh,
and belongings of other people that they encounter.
ah.
So they continue to do this with him. They bring him back and do it over and over. And then they keep doing it until they find another village that has their own Robo King.
Oh.
So then the robots kill each other.
Oh,
And
dang.
they say, thou shalt not kill, but they say kill. Save them, hands clean. And so they kill each other instead of killing the people. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm totally wrong. So they did not they killed everybody and then they were the only two left alive. So I got that wrong. I
Oh.
missed that page when I first put it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, yeah. The second story is the Ewing story. So that means I didn't even read this first page of the Ewing story. I just skipped a whole page, bro, in this book. I'm awful. I'm like, wow, okay, never mind. This is a way better ending. Okay, cool. So the Ewing story actually is going to make a whole lot more sense when I read that first page, I'm sure. Um, Basically, it's like they're like hobbits, kind of, and there's this like witch, and they're being visited by these people in a spaceship and teaching them about science and how it can protect them and all of these things and how there's no use for magic. And it's very like kind of like a meta thing with as is a lot of stuff with Ewing. But essentially there's a line that she says that the witch says in the beginning where let me see where she says it. She says, "Oh, like the main character, his name is Master Barrydew. He comes in and he says like, hey, like, have you seen like what's coming?" And she says, not much escapes me. I fixed our visitors in my glass a full hour ago." So they have their encounter, and she like goes on to tell the other like Hobbit-like people that like the other two characters that were basically they're going to imprison them in this like in science, and their magic is going to be useless. But then she says it's like there's no reason to worry because I fixed them in my glass before they even arrived. And then it goes to a room full of all of these different spaceships that have come in to try and take over where they are. And she's just used magic to entrap them every single time.
Oh, dang. So
Yeah, it's really cool.
she's got like a whole shelf.
Hmm.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And then the third story is the Chris Condon, or I think it's the Chris Condon one. It is. And it's Charlie Adlard, the guy who did the Walking Dead art.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And
Chris Condon's also doing the Green Lantern book right now.
Green Arrow.
Or yeah, Green Arrow, my bad. Green Arrow, yeah.
This story is Death and Pickaxes. This is about the eighth um what the hell is it called? The eighth dwarf from the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh wow, okay.
But how he was like the most bitter, the most full of rage, but always watchful of Snow White, but was like didn't think the prince that found her was like worthy of her because he was like she's gonna forget us. And he did all of this. His brothers like gave their lives for her. You know, they stood by and protected her while she was like sleeping. And so he kills the prince. And then he goes and finds the princess kneeling at the graves. And she says like, "Oh, I was going to ask you to come live with us at the castle." And he like realizes that he was like wrong the whole time because he thought that he was going to be left behind. And so
Oh,
she runs off and like runs off on the horse, and then he commits suicide. It's very tragic and it's really
oh,
messed up.
jeez.
Yeah, it's really messed up. And the last one is kind of just like a few pages, but it's basically how like there's a sword in this demon's in this like face on the side of a mountain, and no man can lift it. And then a woman says, "I'll do it." And because the prophecy is like a great man will like pull the sword from the demon's face and will usher in a new age. And then so she does it. She pulls the sword out, and then demons come out. So it's like, oh, look what she's done.
Oh,
Yeah. It
okay.
was Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty cool. But I really like this first issue. I'll probably pick up the next one. I don't know if Ewing is doing another story in it. I hope he is.
that's pretty cool. So that's the first issue of that whole anthology.
Yeah, the
That's
first one. The horror one has been going on for like 5 months, I think, 6 months,
okay.
and then the sci-fi one is about the same, 5 or 6
Gotcha.
months. Uh, I don't know how like because a lot of these indie books now have like seasons
Uh,
where they'll do like 6 issues and then there'll be a break. I don't know if these books will be doing that. I have no idea.
okay.
I'm interested. I like them for the most part. I've read every issue of the horror and the sci-fi one, so I'm gonna keep reading this one for now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's
So I think that's about all I've got this week. I'm kind of
yeah,
tired,
same
to
here.
be
That
honest.
was pretty slow week last week.
Yeah.
But we will be talking about next week. We will be talking about Ultimate Wolverine, what we thought about that,
Yes.
and a bunch of other good stuff that came out because finally, after since it's the third week, we're finally getting comics again because it always seems like around the first and second weeks of the new year.
Kind of slow, yeah.
Yeah, they make it really slow.
Um, Hopefully next week I won't be like sick, bro. I
Yeah,
just don't feel that great. I'm
yeah,
hoping it's just like gonna be a weekend thing and I'm good to go after, but yeah, I'm just not feeling that great.
dude, just rest up, man.
For
Yeah,
real, bro.
go
I
rest up.
There was something damn, there was some news that I saw that I wanted to talk
Oh,
about.
let's see. I'm trying to think because I haven't seen anything really.
Oh, yeah, not to go too deep into it. Did you hear about the Neil Gaiman situation?
I I know the original stuff. I don't know any new.
Dude,
Is it bad?
it's very bad.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to look it up after this.
I'll send you the article, but yeah, it's not good, dude. Yeah, I was kind of like, it was kind of, I had to like stop a couple times reading the article, to be honest with you.
So is it pretty much the end for his career? Pretty much. It's
Yeah, we'll see, but it's not good. That's all I'm saying.
oh man. Well, hopefully we
Yeah.
can not talk too deep on it, but talk a little more about it next
No,
episode.
yeah, I wasn't planning to go into it. There's a lot of stuff that I would not feel comfortable mentioning
Yeah.
because it's just like kind of like one, it's like it's just like this one of I can think what my point is with bringing it up is like I liked some of his work
I like a lot of his work.
and it's very disappointing
Yeah.
in the long run to see kind of like how it all played out.
Yeah.
and what
somebody
kind of
using
person.
their star power and their sucks.
Yeah. So like, like I guess at the end of it, innocent until proven guilty, but the things that are being claimed in what's come out in the last week are pretty bad.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look into this, man. Yeah, send me that
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it's not looking good for old Neil. So
Well, all right, guys. I guess that's it
on
for.
that note, you should go read this. I know I didn't talk about
Oh
it.
yeah.
I
No, let's
forgot.
talk about that if you
Oh
want. We
yeah.
can talk
Okay.
about that.
Shoot,
Let's
I
talk about
forgot
it.
about this. I was just putting away.
I
Um,
remember I completely forgot you mentioned that.
yeah, and I was like, I was gonna put, but yes. So like, all of these have been pretty good, but this has been my favorite, I think. Um, it's kind of like a blend of like Disney, like you have your like you're supporting Disney characters that you've got Clarice the Cow in here, but they're like all of the main characters of the Fantastic Four. Like
Yeah.
Mickey is Mr. Fantastic, Minnie is Invisible Woman, Donald is the Thing, Goofy is Human Torch, and they all get called to like stop, a problem. But then like you kind of have their origin thrown in there, like how they got their powers. They were on like a rocket, like amusement park ride. And then like this lab underneath was using like magic, like cosmic rays, and it kind of like got their spaceship and it flung it off the machine and they got their powers from the rays. It's kind of like mixing like the whimsical stuff of Disney and like the
Yeah.
sci-fi-ness of Fantastic Four.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then here's like the lineup page of them.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty tight actually. Oh shoot. And then you've got like there's a page in here where like it's a play on right here. And it says like Donald and all of them are fighting like monsters from underground. And Pete is the mole man.
Okay.
And he says, but it's nothing that Uncle Scrooge's favorite nephew can't fix. Like Aunt Petunia's favorite nephew.
Right.
It's just like a play on it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I just love when like they've done that with a lot, like with all of them. And I have to like go back and find them and I'll send them to you. But like I really like I just like it was like perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I'm like like somebody really took their time to like blend these two, and I think it's really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I think I'm gonna keep reading these. Like they even include like concept art for like the designs in the back
Okay.
with each of them, and the variants are good. Like I have the Simonson one of Thor and
Oh yeah.
Wolverine, and or I have the
That's
Peach
cool
one of
too because you
Wolverine.
could just read that with your kid too. So
Yeah, and we read them all together, and she
yeah,
likes them. She gets
that's
she gets
dope.
a kick out of them.
Hey, that's all that matters, man.
That's right,
Start having her own box soon too.
dude. She's already got like half a box of stuff,
Hey, hell yeah.
so she's good to go.
Yep.
But all right, it was a lot of fun to do it longer.
Yeah, I
I'm
enjoyed it,
excited.
especially since we're not talking at the shop anymore. We
Yeah,
got a lot of time to just shoot the shit here and
yeah,
kind of talk.
definitely. Yeah, I'll next week. I'll be back. I'll be
Yeah,
good next week. Hopefully, I won't be dying. Maybe
yeah.
maybe I'll be back with like a respirator.
Hey, I don't know. I think I like this new format though. I hope this works
Yeah, yeah,
better. Uh,
definitely.
I think this will.
I'll have to maybe I'll have to do the thumbnails different now.
I know. I was thinking about that earlier. Like, what are we gonna do for the thumbnails now?
No, no,
But
it'll be fine.
yeah,
It's not like it's not, I've just been doing the one panel. I'll figure something out.
yeah.
Maybe, I'll put a little bit more effort into these maybe.
Hey, for sure.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back hopefully on a weekly basis,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out.
Later on, guys.